of course, all of it is to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ.
Which is the real reason for the season, isn't it?
That's the real reason for the season. And so we're hoping people will take time out of their busy schedules to come over here and just reflect on the real reason, and this is the whole purpose of this.
Now, you're going to try to do this again next year, are you?
Yes. Yeah, we started last year. Eloise is actually the one that got it off the ground, and we're hoping each year to add a little bit more to it.
Now, if people wanted to ask questions about it, where's the phone number they could reach you all? Here at the church?
Yes, right here at the church. We'd be glad to answer any questions that they have. And then if they're traveling here, we would give them directions by coming off I-275. And no matter which direction they're coming from, either east or west, when they get off the exit, turn left. And we're about, just come, I guess maybe 2 or 3 blocks, and they'll see the church on the right. And it'll be lit up. We'll have lots of lights around, so it won't be hard to spot.
And the telephone number here at the church is?
What is it? It's 586.
No, 689.
689 4945.
689
4945.
4945. Okay, well, fantastic. Anything else you all like to say about what we've got here and what we're going to do?
Well, we've got the booths over here. I don't know if you noticed the booths or not. And we're going to have a guard standing here, just like they did, a Roman guard. He's going to have his armor on, and then we're going to have a lot of people dressed as they did in historic times. Eloise also made all of the costumes that for all of them. And so we'll have the tents here. And what are the tents here? One's a tax collector, Eloise?
One's a tax collector, one's a census taker. When they come up to see the census taker, we would like them to sign the scroll, so we have just so we know that how many people have been here. And they'll be given a couple of gold coins, and they'll take that to the tax collector, and they will give them a little pamphlet, and then they can go on down and see the nativity. There's no charge. This is all free. And we have the lamb coming in
right
here
now.
now.
Comes the lamb.
Oh boy, here we go right here. And he says it's a little cool out here tonight. Got the lamb coming in.
He looks like he's been well fed there.
Yeah.
Kind of like me.
Well, I can't say anything about that. Somebody asked me, I said, do you lean to the left, do you lean to the right? I said, mostly I'm in the middle.
One thing about it, I can say I'm well-rounded.
Yeah, right. Well, of course, we'll be showing this on part of our Santa Claus show that we're doing on cable. And we want to remind everybody they can come to see this next year also at the same time. Right. And remind everybody, too, that this is the real reason for the season and all of our festivities. And
we hope they'll get a blessing from seeing this.
The birth of Jesus Christ.
That's right. That's right. And we believe he's Lord and Savior, and we're thankful that he came and did what he did on Calvary's cross in order that we could have this opportunity to celebrate his birth.
Now tell me a little bit about where we're actually down there, the underground area. That's an old croft, right?
Yeah. Go ahead. What this is it was a burial vault, and they would actually store bodies here before they buried them in the cemetery up here, and so it was a burial vault for them.
And it's about 10 foot by 10 foot, something like that?
Yes, And this is where we'll be having our nativity, actually inside the vault, so people will come and they'll see a bit of history also here.
Beautiful, and I see the lights are on the pathway. Everything is really shaping up.
Right, we're trying to get her together here.
Well, God bless y'all, and thank you all for giving me this interview.
Well, I'm thankful for the opportunity. We want to encourage and invite everyone to come on out.
Well, in Travels with the Stevensons, we go to see all kinds of different things. We try to bring people in northern Kentucky a little piece of life. And this is the most important piece of life. That is the piece of peace with the Lord Jesus.
Amen. That's true. That's really true.
And then Sunday morning, we're having a gospel group from Frankfort coming, the Valley Boys. So we'd like to invite people to our morning worship service. It starts at 11 o'clock.
And you have my good friend Nelson Ball and the Ball family out here, I understand.
Right. We had them last week to kind of launch off the program, and they sang for about an hour and 15 minutes. And yeah, they did a tremendous job.
Enjoy it.
They're great.
They sure are.
Wonderful Christian group. And
look forward to them coming back.
Encourage any church group to have them in, because they'll sure be a blessing to them.
Well, God bless you all, and thank you for the information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity to share with you all. We hope everyone will have a very happy and peaceful and joyful Christmas and New Year.
Well, fantastic. Boy, I tell you what, wasn't that a nice piece of footage out there at the Bulletsburg Baptist Church, the oldest church one of the oldest churches in northern Kentucky, Gil?
Certainly is, and I appreciate the church putting up that nativity scene to remind us of the reason for the season, the birth of Jesus Christ.
That's for sure. Let's see if we can go to a couple of calls here real quick. You want to? Tammy on line 2, Jennifer. Hi, Tammy. This is Santa Claus. How you doing?
Fine.
What did you like to have for Christmas?
Jewelry box.
Well, Santa, see what he can do. Have you been a good girl?
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. You be sure and brush your teeth. And one thing Santa wants to encourage all the kids to do and all the parents to do, not only brush your teeth, but try to scrub away those germs and be sure and pack your lunch when you go to school. And one thing for sure, Santa wants to encourage you to eat good food and be sure on Sunday mornings and get up and go to the church of your choice. And if your parents aren't going to church regularly, you nudge them a little bit and say, Mom, Dad, I'd like to go to church this Sunday and be a part of a Sunday school. Or I'd like to go to the cathedral and be a part of the church and learn something about what's really important about Christmas. That would be great. So you kids sometimes have to nudge your parents to do things the right way. And sometimes when the parents have to nudge you, then you just have to say, boy, this is important. My parents think it's important, so I should do it. So Santa loves you, and you be a good girl now, okay?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Bye.
And on April, we have on line 3. Jennifer, would you go to line 3? Well, let's go to line 1 and see what we've got. Go to line 1. And line 1, we have Jessica.
Yes, this is Jessica.
How are you doing, Jessica?
Fine.
Well, Santa'd like to wave to you. Anything special you'd like to have for Christmas?
I'd like a pager and a cellular phone.
A pager and a cellular phone. Boy, I tell you what, you really are going to communicate, aren't you? Santa wants you on his team because I tell you what, it seems like you know something about communication. Well, you have a Merry Christmas now, okay?
You too, Uncle John.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Santa loves you. I tell you what, you just don't know who's going to call you in this business, do you? Well, let's go to line 3 in April. Line 3 in April. How you doing? April? April, are you there?
Yeah.
Well, you know we got the Northern Kentucky Brotherhood singing today here, April, and the Whosoever Will group. Brenda Sebastian. We got Becky Robinson, the Robinson Family Singers. And my gracious sakes alive, all sorts of folks here entertaining and having a great time. And my elf Jennifer's helping me here, and JD and Eon. Oh, my gracious. And Rudolph's here with us. And Eon, who are you holding?
Huh?
Who is that?
Taylor.
Taylor. Bless her heart. Wave, Taylor. Can you wave? Oh, boy. We got all kinds of kids here. And guess what? Anything special you'd like to have for Christmas? Well, Santa will see what he can do for you, okay? He's making some toys. Are you feeling...
A my-size Barbie.
What's that?
A my-size Barbie.
A my-size Barbie?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Santa will see what he can do, okay? You have a Merry Christmas now.
Want to talk to my sister?
Yeah, what's your sister's name?
Barbara.
Barbara? Put her on. You know, Santa has a big sister named Barbara, too.
Huh?
And she happens to be a retired school teacher, Barbara Brander. And she's out in our audience today, and she used to work with hundreds and hundreds of kids just like you. She was one of Santa's elves and one of them good school teachers here in northern Kentucky. And we have literally hundreds of those.
What?
It's so tickled to see you. Santa's tickled to hear from you. And is this Barbara? Barbara?
Yeah.
What would you like? What would you like for Christmas?
Huh?
What would you like for Christmas?
Hello? Hello?
I'm here. Santa's here. Anything special you want for Christmas?
I want a Barbie car.
Okay, well, Santa will see what he can do.
Okay.
Okay, we love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Later.
Okay, now let's go to our next nativity scene.
Without this isn't.
We'll go to our next nativity scene if we can, and then we're going to have Rick and the guys. We're going to have Rick and the guys sing another song for us, if they would, from the Northern Kentucky Brotherhood. But let's first go to our next nativity scene. Oh, and Santa sees his house right there. That's one of his elves' houses. That's where he does some of his work. And of course, what are we looking at there, Gil? That's the area that WIOK, the Christian Broadcasting Station, covers, isn't it?
I believe it is. The entire northern Kentucky area and into southwest Ohio and northeast Indiana, or southeast Indiana, I should say.
Well, you know, Santa, he's traveled all that territory in his sleigh, and he has a wonderful time covering it all the way down across Kentucky. And there I see, that's some shots inside the studio. Santa was down there the other day having an interview, wasn't he?
Yes, we have some great Christmas music there in our studio that we're sharing with the people, of course, right now.
Yes, and there's Jan doing the work. That's what I thought.
I'm fortunate to have her doing most of the work, as you said earlier, yes.
Well, you know something, WIOK, and what are the other two stations that you have?
We have WYGH in Paris, Lexington, and WIDS in the Lake Cumberland area of central Kentucky and north central Tennessee.
Well, I see there's Miss June Guyman Stevenson there, bless her heart. She's one of those volunteer helpers down there, huh?
She certainly is, and we're looking forward to a special program that June and Jan and I believe Peggy are going to be beginning soon, especially for women.
Is that right? Well, fantastic. We're looking forward to that, too. And I see that was a picture on the screen there of one of the oldest churches in Campbell County, First 12-Mile Baptist. And they had a live nativity scene, too, Gil.
We're encouraged to see the live nativity scenes, of course, that help us to focus on Jesus Christ, who was born, of course, in Bethlehem at this time of the year, almost 2,000 years ago. And we're pleased to see that emphasis on Jesus being the reason for the season.
Fantastic. You know, the Kirsch family down there in southern Campbell County, northern Pendleton County, they had a beautiful nativity scene down there with all of those animals. And then we got to talk with Mr. Ken Kirsch and Gabriel. It was wonderful to visit with them down there. It was such a great time to see them. And, of course, some of the scenes we're seeing right now are of the actors that were acting in the nativity scene up at the Bulletsburg Baptist Church. And let's explain a little bit about the nativity scene. What's the purpose of that scene?
Well, of course, the scene depicts the birth of Jesus and the visit of the shepherds and also of the wise men. And, of course, the central figure in any nativity scene is the crib itself and Jesus, the little baby boy that was born in Bethlehem. And, of course, the prophecy said that he would be born there and that he would be the only begotten Son of God. We refer to him as God incarnate, and that simply means that God in the flesh. And Philippians talks about him laying aside his glory for a time and coming to earth and taking on the form of the little baby, or the form of flesh, and becoming God walking among us. And, of course, he came for the purpose of going to the cross and dying for the sins of all mankind, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So Jesus is a central figure of the nativity scene. And, of course, then you have Mary, his mother. And in Luke,